Hello everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the next game review, and this is a game that I have been thinking about doing a video on for a while, and I didn't really have the excuse to make a video about this game until, well, today, which is, by the way, happy Star Wars Day, may the 4th be with you all. For today's review, I'm here to talk about Star Wars The Force Unleashed. This was a game that came out back in 2008, and it came out for a wide variety of consoles, whether it's the PS2, the PSP, the Wii, Xbox 360, the PS3, and I believe it came out to the Nintendo Switch not too long ago, I want to say, but still nonetheless, it came out on that wide variety of consoles. Before I continue on with my review, welcome to my channel, everybody. For those of you who are coming to my channel for the very first time, hit the subscribe button and join me on my journey to 10k subscribers and beyond, as I have a lot of stuff coming your way, whether it's reviews or reactions, so stay tuned for all those things. And for those of you who are coming back to my channel, welcome back. I'm happy to see your faces once again. This was a game that I've been wanting to do a video for really a while now, and I don't know why it took me as long as it did, but since today is Star Wars Day, I figured, you know what, it is just the right time to do so. Before I continue on, and I realize I'm going to keep saying that throughout the review, so I do apologize, by the way. The footage you're seeing is captured on an Xbox Series X. This is essentially Xbox 360 on an Xbox Series X, but played via backwards compatibility, so you're seeing some really the best visuals you possibly can. Getting into the plot, in Star Wars The Force Unleashed, we follow a character known as Starkiller, portrayed by Sam Witwer, a Jedi who at a very young age was discovered by Darth Vader, who was supposed to be killed, but Darth Vader took Starkiller as a secret apprentice, and he sends him on a mission to hunt and kill the remaining Jedi. But in a twist of fate, from the manipulation of his master and under the guidance of a Jedi, Starkiller is set on a path that will forever change the galaxy. The Force Unleashed was a game that, until as of recently, I had never been able to play the entire way through. The demo of the game I played constantly when it first came out. I mean, I remember spending so many hours just in that first level, just constantly throwing stormtroopers, wrecking TIE fighters, and just breaking everything in sight. And I was like, whoa, this game could be sweet. And throughout the years, had I been playing certain levels of this game, and I knew what the story absolutely is, but I'd never been able to play the game the entire way through until as of recently. And now that I have played the game fully, I am really excited to be talking about this game. Let's get into Star Wars The Force Unleashed. The first thing that I must talk about is not the gameplay, not the graphics, but the story in Force Unleashed. The storytelling in The Force Unleashed, or just the story in general, is a really awesome story, and a story that I never really thought that they'd explore in this franchise. This was before Disney acquired Star Wars, so there was a lot of stuff that was made canon, you know, under the approval of George Lucas, but still. Knowing that in the events between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope that there was a secret apprentice that Darth Vader had trained, I thought was a really cool way to expand upon not only the lore of Darth Vader and the lore of the Empire, but a way to further open up the lore of Star Wars. And there were so many bits within this game, especially some plot twists, that legitimately made me go like, there is one bit where it was a pretty sweet twist that I did not expect, that legitimately had an audible reaction for me. And not to mention as well, there were many bits in the story where there are some not only great Easter eggs, but some genuinely really cool surprises. There is this awesome boss battle. Guys, I don't want to say too much, but once this person was revealed, I just thought, okay, let's do this. It was a moment that, as a Star Wars fan, put a massive smile on my face, and that's kind of an understatement. I thought that this game did a really cool thing of telling this really cool story of a secret apprentice of Darth Vader, which, by the way, going even further into that, the voice acting, especially from Sam Witwer, is absolutely brilliant. And by the way, he does voice Emperor Palpatine. He does a really damn good job at voicing Palpatine, but really, Starkiller is such an awesome character, and seeing his journey starting off as a Sith and slowly progressing his way into redemption, I thought was such an awesome arc, and how the game ends with, if you've seen the game, you'll know, or if you played the game, I should say, you know how it ends, but still, how his journey ends, I was like, okay, that is an awesome character. Holy crap. And not to mention as well, not just from Sam Witwer, by the way, but the voice work altogether is absolutely terrific. Going on to the next thing that I must talk about, and that is the incredible and gorgeous art direction. This is a Star Wars game, and I would be shocked if there wasn't at least very cool art direction. The graphical fidelity of this game, I gotta tell you, still holds up. For a game that's over a decade old, over 10 years old specifically, I believe this game is about, I want to say 16 years old. I want to say right around that, and I'll put the actual timestamp right somewhere in the video. For a game that's over 10 years old, it looks really, really good. I am playing a game that's using, I think it's AI upscaling from the Xbox Series X, so it's able to be presented in a very cool graphical fidelity, minus the CG cutscenes, which sure, they don't hold up quite that well, but they're still cool to watch. But still, the gameplay in between the cutscenes and the overall level design, the worlds that you explore in Star Wars The Force Unleashed, look really, really cool. I mean, there were so many times where I was thinking, good lord, I wish photo mode was a thing right now. If photo mode existed back in the Xbox 360 and PS3 era, there are so many screenshots that I would have absolutely taken just so I could have shown my friends, hey guys, look at the screenshot that I captured from Star Wars The Force Unleashed. There are so many times throughout the game where I was constantly going like, holy crap. Because not only is the art direction is absolutely beautiful, but the colors look absolutely stunning. There were so many bits where just the backdrop just inspired the sense of awe, like Star Wars should every single time that you see an incredible and gorgeous backdrop. There was one particular reason why I had spent many hours on the demo alone of this game, using the Force. As it says in the title, Star Wars The Force Unleashed. This is a game that encourages you to experiment and just go Force Unleashed havoc against everything. Whether it's using random objects against stormtroopers, using stormtroopers against stormtroopers, using force lighting and cannonballing troopers into AT-STs, or using whatever you have at your disposal. I mean, oh my god. The amount of experimentation this game encourages you to do is just so much fun, and it's the reason why I had so much fun playing this game. And I don't know how many hours, I think it was around 8 to 10 hours of gameplay, but still, in my 8 to 10 hours of gameplay, the experimentation of using the Force with lightsaber combat was so much fun. Something else that I must talk about, and this is something in particular that really blew me away when I first played the game, but it really blew me away even more so playing the game as of recently, and that's the physics of this game. If you guys are not aware of Havoc, Havoc was a physics engine. How Havoc is used in The Force Unleashed, I thought was really quite clever. And here's the thing, guys. It's not just taking objects and stormtroopers and just flinging them around. It's literally sections of the game where using the Force to open up certain things, or using Force push to slowly open up certain areas. And seeing how the physics engine worked back in the day, I thought was really quite innovative, and seeing it playing out today, it was something that really did pave the way forward for how physics engines and how Havoc has been upgraded ever since. And it's something that to this day is really quite fun, and at least in my opinion, you understand why it was groundbreaking, because something like this, at least in my opinion from what I had seen, had never been done before. And as you all can imagine, the last thing that I must talk about is the musical score. Now, unfortunately, while John Williams did not comprise the score of this game, I can't remember who did, so I'll put his name, or I'll put their name right in the video, but still, the score of this game is absolutely incredible. They really did such a phenomenal job of incorporating the themes from John Williams, but also doing their own thing, and I thought they did a terrific job with it.
Ah! God damn it!
Do I have my issues with this game? Unfortunately, yes. The first one being this, and that's some of the boss battles. Some of the boss battles in this game are pretty damn epic, and how you do the quick time events and how they all end is pretty fucking sweet. Like, I cannot deny that. However, there are some boss battles in the game that I thought and how they played out were kind of disappointing. Like, there was a boss battle near the beginning of the game in which I think it's like one of the first 2 levels you go through, a star killer. There was a boss in this game, let's just say this, was so damn cheap, and how the boss ended felt pretty anticlimactic, I have to say. And also there was another boss battle in which how it ended and how it all played out together. I was just going like, come on, like, you could do better than this, guys. Something else that I must mention as this, the targeting system. Holy crap, the targeting system in the game could be a major pain in the ass, especially coupled with the camera at times, which can be frustrating as hell. There are times the targeting system combined with the camera system not only was frustrating, but it led to me dying multiple, and I mean multiple times, to the point where, no joke, and this never happens with me by the way, where I was so angry that I almost broke a controller. Like, it got really bad. There were times where it did get very frustrating. Speaking of frustrating, there are times in the game into which, please comment below if you guys experienced this in your most recent playthroughs, if you played as a kid when the first, or when you played it when the first came out. You guys get what my point is. Is it me, or were there times in this game where the difficulty spiked up so much because it just got unnecessarily difficult? I mean, seriously. There was a part in the game where it throws so much, and I mean so much at you, that it was just unfair. Those purge troopers and the snipers can kiss my ass. Oh my God. And especially when you're being gunned down and when they just can just still shoot you while you're down. Oh, talk about frustrating as hell. So overall, despite my issues, Star Wars The Force Unleashed is a really good Star Wars game. Not only does this game have really fun gameplay that encourages you to experiment, it has terrific voice acting, especially from Sam Witwer, with great art direction, incredible art direction at that, but it has a great Star Wars story that I really wished was canon in the universe, but nonetheless, it is a great and in fact an awesome story nonetheless. All in all, I'm gonna give Star Wars The Force Unleashed a 7 out of 10. If you guys have not played Star Wars The Force Unleashed, I strongly recommend you guys pick up this game. It's a lot of fun, and it does pack one hell of a story. I hope you enjoyed my review of Star Wars The Force Unleashed. If so, hit that like button, or if you didn't like the video, hit the dislike button. If you guys want to see my previous 2 videos, please click to the left or right side of the screen. And of course, until my next review video goes live, I'll see y'all next time, and may the Force be with you all.
I'm fine, Juno. I'm just a little bit turned around.
Well, I'm picking up a major Imperial facility right in front of you. Whatever you're looking for is likely to be inside.